In the heart of Toronto, under the bright lights of the BMO Field, a new chapter in Canadian soccer history began. The inaugural Canadian Shield tournament kicked off with a high-octane showdown between Canada and Ukraine, two nations with rising football ambitions. The crowd buzzed with anticipation, waving flags and chanting songs, as they waited to see what their national team had in store. They were not disappointed. Just 4 minutes into the game, the electric Tajon Buchanan sent a warning shot across Ukraine's defense. Darting down the right wing, he curled a perfect cross into the box where Jonathan David, Canada's talismanic striker, pounced with a header that bounced off a defender before nestling into the net. The stadium erupted. This was the start the home crowd dreamed of. Canada didn't take their foot off the gas. In the 24th minute, Buchanan again tormented the Ukrainian defense with a deft ball into the area. Jonathan David, always a predator near goal, rose above his marker to nod in his second of the night. His calm, clinical finishing extended Canada's lead and showcased the duo's chemistry. The crowd had barely caught their breath when the Maple Leafs struck again. This time, it was Pounced David, making his senior national team debut, who etched his name into the story. A perfectly timed run and cool finish in the 31st minute sent fans into a frenzy. Canada was up 3-0 before half-time, and it looked like they were dancing through Ukraine's defense with style and flair. Half-time brought changes from Ukraine, who was shell-shocked by the young, aggressive Canadian side. But Canada's youth wasn't a liability, it was their weapon. The average age of the squad was just over 22, yet they played with poise and confidence. Coach Jesse Marsh had crafted a squad that blended raw talent with tactical discipline. The second half saw Ukraine regroup and push forward. They held more possession and tested Canadian goalkeeper Maxime Crepeau, who remained composed under pressure. Still, it was Buchanan who had the final say. In the 81st minute, following a deflected free kick, he muscled through a defender and smashed home a fourth goal for Canada. His celebration, a double somersault, was as dazzling as his performance. But Ukraine wasn't done yet. In the dying moments, Ilya Zabani nodded in a consolation goal in the 89th minute, and minutes later, Oleksandr Zinchenko converted a penalty in stoppage time. Despite the late flurry, the outcome was never in doubt. Canada had done the damage early. As the final whistle blew, Canada walked off the field 4-2 victors. The crowd roared in appreciation not just for the scoreline, but for the style, passion, and promise the team had shown. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Coach Jesse Marsh, smiling broadly, praised his players for their maturity and execution. This was about testing combinations, and these boys delivered, he said. We're building something special here. With the 2026 World Cup on the horizon, performances like this send a clear message. Canada is no longer an underdog, they're contenders. For Canadian fans, this night will be remembered as the birth of a bold, fearless team ready to take on the world. With Buchanan and David leading the way, and young stars like Pounced David emerging, the future looks bright for the red and white.